All right. Hello.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking out with us during our break. Before we get started, there is a couple things just to go over. The Summer of Darkness sale is live on the Storyteller's Vault Marketplace. You can find a ton of World of Darkness PDFs there. And be on the lookout for crowdfunding for Scion, Titanomachy, and Titans Rising. They are next in the queue to get crowdfunded. All that having been said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Tonight is November 12th, 2021. It's been over a month in game since the Motley last met up. What have you guys been up to over that time? Who wants to go first? All right.
Um, I spent a bunch of time with my fetch, learning the ins and outs of the colony, trying to get them some help, and trying to make friends, and it seems to have worked.
Anything else?
I also spent a bunch of time with the Cats of the Freehold, making sure that their new union contract is working well, and making sure that they're not giving the head butler any more guff.
All right. Who's next?
Sure. Um, just before the end of the season, I got taken up as a noble of the Spring Court, with the title of seneschal, but that was kind of consumed with the whole everything being on fire immediately after that. And so my authority up until that point was kind of just a title and a willingness to go do things. I've spent this time shoring up my authority in my new bar location, which we've located and gotten set up in this time. I've made a lot of connections and made sure that I am actually able to do stuff rather than prance around with a pretty title and a willingness to get shot over it.
And for me, it's been pretty quiet. Mostly working with Kelly, the Jack Catch, kind of learning more about the investigation, how to investigate the supernatural, stuff like that. Uh, Working with the head butler regarding getting deals together to provide the freehold with some of my stakes, and also, of course, spending some time with uh, with my granddaughter without things being on fire. So, um, as and of course, spending time in the court, just talking esoteric stuff, hanging out, getting to know the court better.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, it is November 12th, 2021. Where are you currently at, and what are you doing?
We want to start out in court.
Um, do we have time to finish off Mimsatch before we head there? I think we picked up the last bit of him at the end of last season, and it feels weird to reperson him off camera, but we could do that later if you guys like.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
You cool with that, Kenny?
No problem.
All right. Over this time, I've managed to get a last trade in with our friend over in the the market, and I've brought it up to Mimsatch. I believe this should be his memory, the last part of him, and restoring him to who he was. I offered up to him and said, "Well, that's the lot of them."
All right. After visiting Rist the Soulmonger and getting the last of Mimsatch's icons, he is restored to the painting changeling you had originally rescued. He blinks in the light a few times and tries to reconcile the memories of his time with you and at the Goblin Market with his memories from beforehand. He seems to be having a difficult time doing so. But
So,
after
sorry.
but after a few minutes, he opens his eyes and groans out a thank you.
No problem. We're headed over to the court tonight. Would you like to come with us? Get yourself signed up?
It would probably be for the best at this point. Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry it took so long, but I had to do a lot. But I'm glad you're okay. Anyways, glad you're feeling better. Let's get going.
All right. One thing you might want to consider if you have the spare XP for it is signing Mimsatch back on as a retainer, but that is not necessary if you do not wish to do so.
I'm probably going to. At least if he feels up for that. He seems to be reasonably happy with me, despite everything. Well, let's go get him to the court. He should probably get his fair chance now that he's back to being a full changeling. You guys good?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Alrighty. So you guys want to head to court?
Yep. Head straight
All
on
right.
over.
Down into the basement of the Four Seasons, the Motley Heads. Autumn, the fall. Autumn Court has been in charge for the last few weeks, starting in October. It seems that the Lord of Tales and and his servants have been relatively quiet. Even on the nights of the new moon, they've mostly been going for more kidnapping a few mortals here and there, and mostly with hobgoblins. Rattlebones and the Huntsman have yet to be seen. The most recent hunt night was only last week, and it went fairly smoothly. Everyone is slightly on edge, waiting for another shoe to drop. When the Motley heads into court, the four royals on their dais immediately stop. You notice Will and Leo grinning at the three of you. Agatha stands up and claps her hands. What an excellent time for an announcement, she states. Especially since the subject of that announcement has just joined us. She motions to the Motley and bids you come forward.
I do. I wave over somebody I'm friends with in Spring, whisper a need to get this guy, through the normal papers, and I'll get back to them after this, and send Mimsatch off so he doesn't get too much attention right when he's going in for our own mess. I follow the rest of them up afterwards.
I give proper court etiquette respect to the monarchs on my approach.
Kenzie skips up, waves hi to all of them.
Good evening, lords and ladies.
Agatha seems darkly amused. She looks at a piece of parchment in her hands and says, I believe this motley is responsible for the sale of a certain commodity in the Thorn Carnival market.
One might say such a thing.
Yep, that's us.
Oh, the steaks.
Yes, those. The meat of a certain hobgoblin that, when imbibed, allows other hobgoblins to spend more time outside of the hedge in the mortal world.
And it tastes pretty good from all reports around on the campfire here.
We've only been putting out 10 a week.
Would you say that your ranching has been profitable?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. She says, looking back at the piece of paper. In that case, you will have the resources to deal with this. She reads it aloud to everyone. The carnival barker has informed me that there have been several near incursions of mortal, he calls them constables, into the market. It seems that they have been following disguised hobgoblins back to their place of origin. It seems that they, with extra time in the mortal world, some hobgoblins have been taking it upon themselves to avail themselves of certain pleasures and commodities not found in the hedge. The type that get police attention. The barker has asked us here to try to get them to calm down because, and I quote, I can only wipe so many minds before someone notices.
Understood.
Yep.
What kind of commodities don't they have at the carnival?
I'm sure we'll find out.
Agatha looks down at the note and says, well, there's been a few things that were noted here. One of which she looks down and scowls. Small plastic pool full of mayonnaise.
Now that just sounds like a good night.
The rest of these are either random junk or things I would not repeat in good company.
I'll happily read over it while we are heading to handle this mess. I do apologize, Your Majesties. I assure you we will resolve this as best as we are able.
Please make sure your customers know that it's only good business not to make the carnival barker angry.
I think we're going to have to add a little change to the terms of service, yes.
Yes, or else his business will become our business.
I'd rather give up business than have that come the case.
Elliot, you know a notary, yes?
I know a few.
Okay. Um, when when this is all the immediate situation is resolved, can you put me in touch? I'd like to see if we can get some kind of um, purchasing license that
Well,
that
I've
is
got,
needed
I've got a
to.
legal friend who helped me set up my business. We'll talk afterwards. Regardless, was there anything else, sirs, madam?
Not particularly.
Then I think the best thing for us would be to go deal with this immediately. Um, my liege, may I have a moment of your time before we head off? Just a small update.
The Spring King nods, his feather boa wobbling as he does so. Speak, my seneschal. You've rendered good service.
I walk up and speak in a more conversational tone, not to every single human being here. I believe I mentioned on my arrival a fair ways back that there had been another who had attempted escape with us but had gotten separated. He lost a lot to the goblin market, and I've spent the last few months collecting him back up. He's returned this evening. I've sent him through the usual channels, but I would appreciate it if he was made to feel welcome as best we are able. He's had a rough time of it.
Yes, of course. We'll make sure to extend our utmost charity to your friend.
Thank you. I feel pretty bad that he's been through this and it's taken this long to get him back together, but he did sell just about every bit of himself to keep heart and soul together in the goblin market. It's been a journey. Regardless, thank you very much, sir. It sounds like I have a job to get off to, though.
And I wish you luck at doing it.
All right. I don't think there's much I can do here to help Mimsatch out very much. I've made the introductions and got him pushed towards the sign up desk, essentially. Um, is there anybody you guys want to talk to before we head out?
Yeah, let's see if we can talk to Kelly. See if we can get an idea of where these goblins tend to congregate towards. See if we can get at least a starting point. You know.
Mm-hmm. Kenzie, did you want to check in on your butler friend? I know you've been spending some time trying to help him get settled.
That would be amazing if we can.
We've got a few minutes. I'll
Yeah,
go
I'd
check
like
on
to.
the bar and wait for you guys.
Yeah, I'd like to check in on the head butler and see how the cats are doing.
All right. Kinsey wants to say hi to the head butler. Uh, Kit wants to go find Kelly Crenelin. And you and
I'm rolling for rumors by doing some bartending while I'm waiting for them to come back. Socialize roll work for you?
alrighty. Well, let's go one at a time here. Um, give me every one of you just give me like a basic initiative roll. Um, I just want to set this up fairly.
You got it, comrade. Crap. I did it wrong. Uh, ignore that first roll. Ignore me. It's been a minute. So, looks like... Looks like Kit, for the reason of him being Kit.
No. Wait. Yes. Yes. dropped a bunch of resources into speed and initiative, so
Hey, nothing to judge. So we'll be doing Kit, then Kenzie, then me. Looks like.
All right. Kit finds Kelly off in a corner of the main room of the freehold, set up with some dividers around a table in order to create a makeshift office away from office. She's fiddling around with a stack of papers and what looks to be some sort of electronic device. She doesn't notice you at first.
do I get without actively spying? Am I able to kind of glance at the paperwork, see what she's working on?
It seems to be a random mishmash of reports generated over the course of the last month regarding fetch activity.
Okay.
It seems that some of the fetches who had been previously associated with Rupert Cotton, since being turned loose and no longer having his resources to rely on, have come upon difficult times and have been in the public eye far more often. Certain changelings are requesting that certain ones of them be removed.
So, having noticed that, I make my presence known.
She looks up and gives you a terse smile. Oh, hello, Kit. Taking some time to relax before heading out on your, she coughs, mission?
I mean, I was hoping that you may have come across some patterns of where the goblins tend to go. If not, we can just go to the Ironside part of the of the goblin market and just search from there. But I was hoping to at least get a head start by talking to you.
She nods and says, well, hunting goblins is not exactly my specialty, but I will say that they have been fun little distractions. She taps the machine in front of her. Have you ever heard of a police scanner?
I think I've seen a couple movies that have those in them. They listen to the police radio, right?
Exactly. I will say that these goblin customers of yours have made for some very interesting listening. She taps on the scanner, pressing a few buttons, and until you hear something come over the radio. Kelly nods and says, do you want to bet whether this is related?
I'll bet you coffee on our next stakeout that it is.
She grimaces and says, considering what I've been hearing tonight, I wouldn't normally take that bet, but sure. She turns up the volume on the scanner so that you can hear it as well. Reports of a 14-car pileup on the South Las Vegas Strip, near the Allegiant Stadium. It seems that multiple drivers are having a confrontation. We're ordering several cars to the vicinity before violence erupts. She looks up and says, well, we can't know for sure, but considering what we're hearing, I would expect if you went down there, you would probably find a few of your hobgoblin customers involved.
Guess I gotta get moving. I gotta swing by the bar to grab Elliot. Do you want me to send anything back to your table?
I could use a drink. I've got a long night of paperwork ahead of me.
I'll help you out with all this tomorrow night. But for now, I gotta get moving. And I start making my way to the bar.
All right, over to Kinsey. The head butler's office that Moggins had previously occupied is now occupied by the new head butler, a willowy young man who seems to have gotten the job by the sheer luck of being able to speak to the Grimalkins. The cat-like ears on his head twitch as a couple of the Grimalkins surround him and meow at him for orders. He looks over at his book and tells them where they are needed at what time. Uncharacteristically obedient, they give him a nods, meow, and head on their way.
This seems to be going well.
He lets out a sigh of relief. That's mostly thanks to you. They don't really need me to do much of anything but coordination.
Well, that makes coordination an important job.
You know, they're really pretty nice when you get to know them, especially one-on-one. It's just in large groups, they can be very demanding.
I bet. Have you ever tried carrying around a pocket full of cat treats?
Are you sure they wouldn't find that insulting?
Kenzie thinks about it for a minute and then reaches into her pocket and kind of takes the cat treats and scatters them backwards behind her. I'm not sure. I would never think of such a thing.
He shrugs and says, I might need to give it a try, but at least they've been easier to deal with since you had your little talk with them.
I'm glad to hear it. Things seem to be back to running very smoothly.
So far, he says.
Do you have everything you need?
I think so. Most of the work here is really coordination, and that's dealt with from the freehold.
Do I know this guy's name, Kenny?
You would, but I haven't actually named him yet because I didn't know that you wanted to make friends with him.
Then we'll visit another time.
All right, good work. Keep it up. I'll let me know if you have any more problems.
I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Kenzie heads out to the bar.
Meanwhile,
All right. You said you wanted to do something for rumors.
yeah,
Make your roll.
figure presence plus socialize makes sense.
Works for me.
And I literally have a specialty in rumors now. So let's see how that goes. No. Not the first roll of the fucking game. Yeah, I did better that time. 2 successes. Is that a stupid thing to waste willpower on? Probably. However, there is something as an omen.
You, while tending bar, a couple of summer courtiers are having a drink and talking about to each other about how lucky they just were. It's not often that you get a chance to actually make money in a casino, but but today has been the day for it. At the at the Bijou, there has been a passel of goblins roaming from game to game, using some sort of goblin contract on them to make them pay out. They don't seem to care all that much about who gets the payout, whether it's them or someone else. But it's been causing quite the ruckus. The two summer courtiers split a large stack of chips between the two of them before finishing their drinks and heading out.
And of course, they don't fucking tip. Hey guys.
Well, and know where we're going.
Yeah, let's head down to the strip.
Oh,
Yeah.
You get a lead?
14 card pile up on the strip.
That sounds more important. Let's start there. Where did you... How did you hear about that?
Police scanner.
Oh, good. That means the cops are already gonna be there. So you wanna know what's really nice? Nice for, making some friends? Half off drinks for the kind of people who like talking shop after work. Let's get going.
Yep.
You mind driving?
I can drive.
We pile in the back of whatever iteration of your car we're on now.
What happened to your car last time?
We had to
It
bail.
got left in a parking lot, and then Winter Court picked it up.
I don't know if we got it back or if we got a different car at some point.
I would assume you got it back unless you have the money to go get a different car.
Well, then we're in my beater.
Then let's roll.
All right. the stadium isn't too far away from the Four Seasons. But by the time you've got there, the situation seems to have escalated. Right under the Mandalay Bay Road overpass, there is a handful of buses on their side in the street, with multiple cars having slammed into them over the course of the evening. Standing atop these cars, you see a handful of hobgoblins, led by a short greenish fellow with long bat-like ears. He's wearing a pair of sunglasses, a backwards baseball cap, and a children's t-shirt with large oversized sneakers. One of his accomplices hands him what appears to be a dozen eggs. He pulls one out of the pack and begins cackling as he tosses it at a nearby cop.
I'm gonna head over to the police. You guys want to go deal with them directly?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because y'all can move without being seen, and I can get the cops looking anywhere else for a couple of seconds. Officers, officers, officers. Lovely to see you out tonight. I see we've got a little bit of a incident going on. So I have contacts, police 3. I think that probably means I know somebody here.
Take a look here.
I'll happily roll for it.
It's been a while since I looked through the contacts, Merritt. Give me a second.
No problem. Also, I'm an idiot. I didn't need to spend that willpower because that was a rote action that I was taking there. Wait, no, that's only if I spend the willpower for it. Never mind. Either way, it works out the same.
But it did. It would have had 9 again.
Yeah, but I rolled all failures the first time. Regardless, we're fine. Just need to learn all my new stuff. So, contracts. Contracts.
All right, looking here, it says getting information via contacts is a manipulation plus social skill roll. In this case, considering you have a good idea of what's going on here, let's add a +2 modifier.
All right, socialize work for you?
Sure.
Got a big old crowd, get some information going. All right. That's manipulation, which I have a 2 and 3 and 5, 6. All right. And Tibbs, how do you do the whatchamacallit?
So
9 again?
So when you go to roll, after the number where you would type in your dice pool, there, just click where it says 9 more next to it,
Gotcha.
and the option that says reroll is going to be what you set as the lowest number needed to reroll.
Awesome. Let's see how that works. All right, so that's 3 successes.
The cop sighs deeply. Behind him, you can see the other 2 cops on the scene yelling up at the hobgoblins atop the car. These psychos stole some buses from the bus depot, and and blocked up the street here. The drivers have been going nuts, but whenever anyone tries to get near, they just start tossing eggs at everybody.
So, got a question for you. I'm used to dealing with a kind of lunatic sort of drunk like this more than I'd like to say, customer service and all. If I made these fuckers go away, would that be good enough for you guys?
The cop you're talking to looks behind him. One of the other cops is wiping egg off his face and screaming. He looks back and says, I'll get the other guys to go along with it if you're able to do it.
Viva Las Vegas, I guess. Thanks, man. I got some of my friends moving in on it already. I'm gonna very carefully remove my nice suit jacket and put it in my bag and then start walking my way over there. Meanwhile, I'm sure you guys have been doing stuff.
Kenzie has decided to run at them.
Of course they have.
Her plan is to get there, take their eggs, smash the eggs over their own heads, and drag them off like naughty children.
Okay. That'll be a opposed dexterity plus athletics check. And considering there's a group of them, I'm giving you a -3 penalty.
What if I just went for one of them at first?
They are not going to play fairly in that regard.
Okay. I used the willpower. Got one success.
All right, and the hobgoblins have rolled a 2. Kinsey makes her way towards the hobgoblins atop the bus. But before climbing up there, she is rewarded for her efforts with splattered egg into her eyes.
That's okay. I keep climbing.
The lead hobgoblin points and laughs. With the climbing up the bus has made Kinsey a target. The other hobgoblins join in, pelting her with eggs as she climbs.
At this point, Kit whistles to get the hob's attention and makes a motion for them to come to him. And he has a very stern look on his face.
All right, first, I think Kinsey needs to make a make a roll here. Let's make dexterity plus composure, please, to see if you can maintain your grip while being pelted in slippery eggs.
One success.
Kinsey is able to maintain her grip and continue climbing.
I hiss up at the closest one. The carnival barker is not happy.
All right, and that transitions us over to Kit's turn. So you whistled at the goblins?
Yeah.
The lead hobgoblin puts down his eggs and points out a few people in the crowd who he thinks could use some redecoration. He trots on over and grins. Oh, you're the dude that sells the steaks. Right on. I have nothing but good reviews for your product, my man.
Good, because you're never getting them again.
What? Why?
You cause problems for the carnival barker. Carnival barker causes problems for me. I discontinue selling to you. Now, if you want any chance of getting the possibility of getting access to my auctions again, you will get your friends and get everybody else that you know that's causing problems back to talk to the Conifer Barker in person now.
All right, give me a presence plus intimidation roll.
Would you like an assistance? I was making my way over there.
Yes. Yes, please.
I can also help. Is it presence plus intimidation?
Yeah. And technically that would make a lot of sense, seeing as what you just said.
All right.
Nothing from me. Apparently,
Four
threats
six.
growled with egg on your face
Four-
really suck.
4 for
Four.
you.
4. Okay. So that is going to be 4 there. 8. Yeah, and
Roll them.
yeah, I'm just double checking my math here. Yeah,
Dice math is the best kind of math.
Everyone loves it.
3 successes.
The lead hobgoblin's shoulders sag. He says, "Why's the carnival barker gotta go spoil our night? It cost a lot to be able to get out here tonight, and we had a lot of plans. But fine." He tosses his hat down onto the bus and stomps it. "Come on, boys. Big Boss says we've got to get back. Hop to, unless you want to wear one of those masks that he likes to pass out."
Before you go, make sure you apologize to the police. Oh, very nicely. Then go see the carnival barker.
"What's the police? You mean them idiots who've been yelling at us with guns?"
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Just say sorry and move on. I've got the police handled.
"Do we gotta?"
I think it may be for the best if they just go. I don't think these guys' apologies look like anything they're going to want to hear.
Just go.
Get out of here and don't let me see you again.
The small gang of hobgoblins scoops up their remaining eggs, jumps off the bus, and hightail it into the night.
I wander over and say, you know, there's a special breed of insanity that only happens here in Vegas. I believe they left the keys, so shouldn't be difficulty getting the buses out of the way. I'm sorry, officers. Tourists, right?
The cop grimaces. "I have no idea why these fools do this sort of thing. It costs so much money to vacation here, and then they go and tick off the cops."
I've always preferred that people get their exciting stuff done inside my establishment. Speaking of which, tell the boys if they show up, let the maitre d' know that the first one's on me. Looks like you guys need it after tonight.
The cop nods and says, "I'll handle the others, so you guys have a good night."
Yep, they shouldn't trouble you any further. You gotta... Yeah. Fucking tourists. I grab the other two. So, that was straightforward.
1. All right. Now you said something about a casino, yeah?
I believe it was the Bijou.
The Bijou.
All right. Guys want to go Oh, hit a casino for a couple of bits? Sounds like there's a bit of luck going around.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
Let's see here.
By the way, we need to buy you one of those police scanners. That sounds like it's going to be useful.
Yeah, sounds like it. I honestly thought it was some fancy movie tech thing.
It's been nice that you've been watching movies. I'm glad that you're trying to catch up.
Yeah, I found that I really like the I think he called them the B movies from like the 50s and 60s.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I was watching them when I was down in the armory cleaning weapons.
Yeah, that sounds like Kurt. So do you need a towel?
Oh man, no, I can't do what I wanted to do. Yes.
Baffled by that statement, he produces a towel from a hole in the universe. It appears I am a hoopy enough fruit to know where this is. Here, get clean. I'll drive. I think you need a minute.
Kenzie spends time with the passenger side mirror, getting all the eggshell out of her hair.
Need a change of clothes?
No, let this be a warning to the next ones.
Fair enough.
Yep. Make sure the chickens know their place, right?
The Bijou is a few miles up the strip. It doesn't seem to have the kind of fancy theme that a lot of them does, but it is a very well-appointed casino. There's often a lot of people trying to get in. Tonight, though, that is a bit of an understatement. Outside the front doors, there is a crowd of people trying to get in. 2 security guards are by the door. They're shouting at the crowd that they're at full occupancy and no one else is to be admitted.
I cast Cloak of Night on the 3 of us.
I don't think we're going to be able to get through the humans, but I think I've got a way to use that and get us where we want to go.
Okay.
So I've got contacts to entertainment. Would I know where a staff door is?
Makes sense to me.
They got to take cigarette breaks somewhere, and they're not going to have guards there. And now we're fucking invisible. So we go.
With the Cloak of Night cast over you, it's very difficult to get caught. Luckily, sneaking around to the side entrance is not at all hard. You see on your way in a very exhausted-looking dealer smoking a cigarette, her hand shaking.
Do we want to talk to them, or do we want to just go?
Up to you.
And I'm gonna grab a few things out of the hidey hole. Do you want to talk to him while I do that?
Hey, Kenzie. Mind joining me for a cigarette break real quick?
Yep, I drop our cloak of night, but not on Tim's.
It's a fucking madhouse in there, eh?
Uh, the dealer jumps a little until she looks up and notices just you. She goes, "Oh, yeah, there's something weird going on tonight. Uh, Management thinks somebody's cheating, but they haven't been able to confirm it. They figure some sort of device is being used to remotely hack the machines, but no one's been able to pick up anything on our scanners."
Wild stuff. Explains the crowd at the entrance. Well, with that many punters in there, at least it should be a profitable night anyways. Hope you're getting good tips at least.
Not really. These these guys who are just going from machine to machine and table to table, betting a quarter, and then cackling and running off. And after they've bet their quarter, we can't get anything but a jackpot or a max payout. We've had some people working on the machines, but the things just keep coming up jackpot after jackpot.
Fucking hackers, man. Remember when DEF CON came through here? Fucking hell.
She sighs and says, the roulette guys have it the worst. I don't even know how you can hack a roulette wheel.
That's weird. I'm gonna go take a look. Enjoy your break, man. You deserve it. A handshake occurs wherein a number of chips are left behind in the other hand.
All right, so Elliot catches up with the others.
Um,
Uh,
while that exchange was happening, Kit was pulling out some high vis vests, and 3 of them, and 3 clipboards with a little bit of random official looking documentation on them, and I hand these out to everybody.
Sounds good. I clip on the vest.
Or approaching the casino floor, you see a crowd of people going from machine to machine and game to game, snatching up chips and putting them in their pocket. Everything seems to be paying out. Pretty similar to where that time that you put the liquid luck in the other in one of the other casinos. This time around, though, it's a lot easier to ascertain the source. There is a trio of small bird-like hobgoblins wearing very ill-fitting black suits with blue ties and matching fedoras. They go from machine to machine, putting in a very shiny, very thorn-covered quarter in each. Once this quarter has hit the slot, every machine that goes with a jackpot. The 3 hobgoblins are carrying armloads of chips, throwing them at each other and the humans on the floor, laughing as hard as they can. You notice one take a handful of the chips and shove them in its beak, crunching them up.
Hey, Kenny.
Hmm?
I'm the Saint of Cats, right?
Yes?
And I can speak cat, right?
Yes?
I walk up behind one of the bird hobs and start ecking in his ear. like cats do when they see birds and are about to pounce.
All right, presence plus intimidation, I suppose.
Would you like an assist on that roll?
Can I do manipulation plus intimidation?
Makes sense.
I would love an assist.
Rolling that die is a little less nice, but 3 dice for you.
I'd like to willpower.
You guys aren't rolling very well today, huh?
3 successes. Sorry, I mistranslated into dog for some reason.
The dice are a little cold. They just need some warming up. It's okay.
They are virtual dice.
Exactly. They're very cold. They're in the void.
The hobgoblin hears Kenzie's cat noises and jumps into the air, scattering chips and a small stack of quarters. It screams, "Cat!" and runs off. It goes in down one of the halls. You're not sure exactly which.
Hey, we've got our spotter on here. You mind following that one up?
Yeah. Is he faster than me?
Probably not, no.
All right. Let's go after him.
I'm gonna stick with the crowd just in case things get fun out here.
Yeah.
Actually, could I gather up those quarters? I'm gonna gather up those quarters. That feels like a bad thing to leave lying around.
Kit chases after the bird-like goblin. It runs down one of the hallways until Kit corners it, heading into the bathroom. Do you want to follow it inside?
Yeah.
Kit enters the bathroom. The bird-like hobgoblin is doing its level best to break through the bathroom window. It does not seem to be doing a very good job. It doesn't seem to be especially strong. From the corner of your eye, you see a handful of amused reflections of yourself watching the antics of this goblin from the mirrors.
I cross my arms, get a stern look on my face again. You can stop now.
The bird-like goblin is clearly startled, flinching as it looks back around. When he notices that you are not a cat, he breathes a sigh of relief. Oh. Ooh. I didn't know there were cats in here. These chips aren't good enough for what he's paying.
Now, see, you think that was a cat? No.
Wait.
That was. You think that was a cat? That was the patron saint of cats. So, unless you want to risk the wrath of all the cats in all of Vegas on your ass every time you come out here, you're going to go grab your friends and go report directly to the Carnivore Barker.
It's asking after you.
The little goblin's eyes widen as you can see him shake. How many cats could there be in Vegas? 12?
Add 3 zeros to that. 1,200 at least. Every step you take, there will be dozens of cats stalking you. From the moment you step out to the moment you go back in. And you know how they are. You'll never know when or where they're gonna strike from. Is this a risk you're willing to take?
You can see the goblin's eyes tear up as he begins to moan. I'm sorry. These chips weren't even very good, not even with nacho cheese. We'll leave.
So you get your friends and go straight to the carnival burger. If I hear any other, you made any other stops, made any other shenanigans, or chaos, whatever you want to call it, along your way, I will make sure that our little patron saint knows.
The goblin wipes a tear from its eye and says, Can we at least pick up the nacho cheese?
Under one condition. Those coins that you're dropping in all the machines, where did you get them?
Oh, they were part of the deal.
Part of the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Care to elaborate?
Some tree guy decided that came up and asked us to cause a little
Shenanigans?
Yes. Couldn't see his face very well, but he was paying pretty good. And his chips tasted much better.
Spread the word that anybody that deals with him is banned from my auctions going forward.
He nods multiple times. No problem, sir. I'm sorry, sir. We'll be good, sir.
Alright, get your nachos, get out of here.
The bird goblin runs off. So, what have the other two of you been doing while Kit has been terrorizing this goblin?
I picked up all the quarters that spilled because there's no way in hell I'm leaving these behind.
The quarters gleam in your hands with accumulated luck. You can smell the winning payouts on each and every one of them. But they also smell like they're very time limited. The glamour within them won't last.
I eye the progressive slots with a certain amount of greed.
Kenny, is it safe to say that with the appearance of a cat on your desk, there would be the appearance of a cat in the game as well, perhaps, if I called one?
Why would you want a cat?
Because you're the saint of cats.
Okay, if you want a cat, you can get a cat.
Excellent. I now have a little cat with me. Just a stray who would love to eat something as we stalk around looking for the other birdies.
I think we've been following them. At least you have been. And his friend... Sorry.
Despite being only about 4 feet high, and wearing suit coats and hats, these hobgoblins are fairly easy to find. A thought crosses your mind that they don't seem to be wearing any pants, but goblins will do as they will please.
I'm gonna guess if I looked at their mask, it probably looks more convincing.
One of the bird hobgoblins has gone up to the roulette table, dumped a bunch of quarters on there and bet individually on each and every space. He doesn't even wait for the ball to fall where it may before he runs off to another game, hands high in the air, laughing and quacking in excitement.
I walk over to the table and can I make a recommendation, friend?
To the dealer?
Yeah. Change out the ball after this run. Those netters are going around doing weird shit.
The roulette ball finally stops and rests. After a brief moment, you notice it in every space at once. The dealer is trying hard to reconcile everything, but the ball simply appears to be in whatever space she's looking at the time. Finally,
I sweep the quarters into a single space.
she looks at you with tears in her eyes, takes the ball away, and says, "Thank you," before immediately pulling out a sign saying, "I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Those quarters, again, are those quarters still magical after what has happened? Or are they just quarters now?
It appears that they are one use. When you pick up the expended quarters, they do not appear to be anything other than quarters.
All right. Well, turn to Kenzie. Gotta be real with you. Any reasonable casino should be shutting these machines down in a little bit. So I don't think we got too much to clean up after ourselves, and the quarters aren't going to do anything other than look weird. Want to go scare off the others, or wait until we figure out where our compatriot went?
We could probably scare him.
Right, you can show up whenever you want, Kit.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'll step into the scene. We have a problem. Sorry.
The remaining two bird hobgoblins have gathered themselves up a large armful of chips. They laugh to each other as they head for the penny slots where the older people are playing. As they begin to throw handfuls of chips at the old folks.
I think this is the end of the line for these boys.
The goblin that Kit had talked to prior comes out from the bathroom areas. Jumping from foot to foot, it quacks out and the warnings Kit gave him. The other two hobgoblins appear to feel the fear as well, jumping from foot to foot and quacking loudly to each other before gathering up what coins they have left and heading for the door.
Kenzie stands directly in front of them, holding a cat and petting it, just like this.
All right, Kenzie, give me a chance die roll.
Did I harvest Glamour off of them?
I don't think so. They're not mortal.
Okay.
I fail.
The three bird goblins stop in their tracks when they see the stray cat. No longer hearkening to Kinsey, the cat jumps down from her arms and chases the three goblins out through a side door.
Excellent.
Well, I think that one's taken care of.
Yeah.
So, you find out what's going on with these?
Yeah, we have a problem.
What kind of a problem?
A wooden problem.
So,
Shouldn't get wood in public.
hello, cat. So, I just got a quick question. They're going to be shutting these machines down anyway, right?
That would be the responsible thing to do.
You ever heard of a progressive slot?
One that gets more payout the longer it's been.
Yep.
The ones that are shared between casinos.
Yep. Am I a bad person?
I mean,
That might cause some undue attention.
yeah.
Fair enough. I sigh and toss these into a bag.
All right. All right. So that's 2.
Actually, I've got I take a smile. Hey, Kenzie, heads or tails?
Tails.
I flip the coin in my hand, catch it, and flip it down. I reveal it.
Oh.
What happens?
I assume I win.
Well, you're narrating this trick unless you would like to roll for it.
Well, I just wanted to try and see if I could remove the power from it with the whatchamacallit, least effort possible.
Ah, I thought you were just doing a magic trick.
Nope.
But yeah, in that case, it would absolutely come up on Kinsey's tails.
And I take it it's no longer glowing?
Correct.
Well, at least I know how to disarm them. You're going to be watching some stupid magic tricks later.
So yeah, okay. So after we get away from everybody and stuff like that, Rattlebones put him up to this.
Rattlebones. It's been too long since we've heard that name. I suppose we were inevitably going to hear from him again.
Yep.
But he can't really be walking out tonight. I mean, he usually only comes out on the new moons, and that was last week.
And he didn't come out then. He's been up to something.
They send messages before they're going to do anything, so what that means is we definitely need to check this all out in case there's a message in it.
Yeah.
If this is causing a mess anywhere, I imagine we're going to hear something from somebody. I'm going to call some names, see if anybody's seen anything interesting. I don't even know where to start on this mess.
I called Jack.
That's actually an excellent idea. They might have gotten different information.
Yeah, I'll call Jack from the free company.
Royal Flush, yeah.
Royal Flush, that's it. See if he's heard of any Goblin Chaos lately.
All right. A short phone call seems to be rather fruitful. Lucerne has recently reached out to Jack because there appears to be an incident in a karaoke bar a few miles off the strip. Jack says that she had gone there on her off time, and while this bar is a karaoke bar, every week or so they tend to have a authentic 50s style lounge singer in. He tells you that she mentioned that the lounge singer came on for his number, but it was not the lounge singer.
Oh dear.
He says that Lucerne has been trying to handle it, but the mortals at the bar are not taking things very well.
We'll be on our way. If you hear anything else with similar kind of issues, let us know. It's good to hear from you again, comrade.
He says no problem. He'd be willing to get in touch if he hears anything.
So, who wants to go punch out a lounge singer in front of a crowd of drunken karaoke guys?
This looks like a job for Kinsey.
I'm just saying this is going to be the most normal way of dealing with somebody being weird in front of a crowd. Just look a little drunk and go for a swing. We'll probably be able to sort it if we can get him off the stage. Anyways, we're gonna get in the car and fucking hammer down.
And as we're driving, I'm taking those coins and flipping them out the window and calling heads every time. Just as we're going.
Well, that's one way to get rid of them.
It's the fact that they leave a mess behind them. I don't know how to clean up. It's probably not going to last the night, though. This seemed very temporary.
Your car serves you well. You find yourselves headed to a small bar several miles off strip in a more beaten up, less glitzy part of town. You can immediately identify which bar it is because you can hear the singing from outside of it.
Oh no.
It is loud, discordant, perhaps even nonsensical.
So it's a karaoke night.
You can see the door shake, but not move, and you can hear what sounds like half a dozen people trying their best to get out of it.
I walk up to the door after we park and try to open it.
The door is locked.
Does anybody have whatever the sleight of hand equivalent is? Larceny?
I do. Kenny, can I roll dexterity plus larceny to pick the lock?
Go ahead.
4 successes.
Kinsey picks the lock, and several people wearing 50s loungewear and cheap sunglasses fall through the door into a pile. One of them scrabbles up and grabs Kinsey's by the collar of her shirt and starts screaming, "Thank you! We've been trying to get out for 2 hours!" I don't know what's going on, but I'm never going back here, and this band is over!
Don't
May I
worry, I think
suggest
it's just a new immersive comedy routine.
May I suggest you take a night off? Here, I pass him a business card. Try down at the Red Room. First drink's free if you show him that.
The musician slumps a little, the fire having gone out of him. "Sure," he says, taking a look at the business card, "but we couldn't exactly put on a show for anyone without Murph."
Don't worry about it.
I don't even know where he is. Whoever's singing on stage, they must have done something with him.
We'll track him down. You just go on your way. Sounds like there's some noise that still needs dealing with.
All right, so what do you want to do from here? The musicians head on their way.
Kenzie muscles past the wall of people and sachets up to the fucking stage.
Several people follow the musicians out the door. A handful of people seem to have been knocked unconscious in their seats. Lucerne is found walking through the crowd, handing out earplugs.
Hey, Lucerne.
She smiles and says, "This is interesting. It's not usually the sort of thing I get involved in, but when hobgoblins start messing up my night, the most I can do is at least get some amusement out of it."
Well, this might be on us. We'll be sorting it out and talk in a minute. You okay?
"Oh, I'm fine. It takes a lot more than really bad magical singing to put me to sleep."
So that's what's happening. Well, Kenzie, I think the direct approach may be the correct solution here. As you were.
Kenzie grabs a set of earplugs, puts them in, takes a nearby tankard of beer and upends it over her head, takes the tankard up with her to the stage, and punches him.
On the stage, there is a human-sized hobgoblin, very reptilian in appearance,
Okay.
wearing a bad wig and a matching loungewear with as the same as the musicians who had left first were wearing. He stands in front of vacant musical instruments, the printing on the drums proclaiming the band to be Murph and the Magic Tones.
Okay.
So do you want to punch him, Kinsey?
Yes.
All right, that's strength plus brawl, please.
I have fighting finesse, so I'm going to use dexterity.
All right.
I'd like to willpower.
Jesus! What is with our rolls tonight?
There we go. It's something.
Yeah, this is the worst you've ever rolled.
Kenzie windmills the first time and then follows it up with a sucker punch.
The singing hobgoblin does not appear to have noticed you until you hit him. At which point, he goes skidding across the stage. The mortals in the audience who had been bewitched immediately wake up and make for the door. Within a few moments, the bar is empty, except for you, the hobgoblin, the rest of the motley, and Lucerne.
Hey, Lucerne, you any good at, whatchamacallit, interrogations?
She shrugs and says, I don't usually get a chance to do it, but I'm willing to try.
Listen here, you little shit.
We need to find Murph. The real one.
Where the hell is Murph?
The hobgoblin gets up, its wig knocked off and on the ground. It massages its sore cheek. Who's Murph? It says.
The one you're impersonating.
Oh. He shrugs and says, I didn't really ask the guy's name. Just, well, I wanted a chance to perform. He was clearly going up on stage. And I thought I looked close enough to him to pull it off.
Where is he?
Probably just hanging around in the dressing room.
So you know you're not supposed to, like, cause trouble while you're out here, right?
Trouble? The lizard hobgoblin looks offended. I didn't do anything but sing for these fine folk.
You used magic on humans.
My dude, did you happen to run into a tall tree-looking fellow on your way out here tonight?
A wood changeling did say that I was sure to have the time of my life and make some money doing it.
Well, I suspect that if you deal with him in the future, you're going to have a real hard time getting a night out again. The carnival barker wants to see you.
And anybody that has any dealings with him is not welcome at my auctions.
The hobgoblin immediately deflates. Oh. Well, at least I got to sing. Not that these mortals make a very good audience. Yeah, maybe I used a little glamour on them, but I didn't think they'd fall asleep and go nuts.
Most people don't get to have a 2-hour show, man. You did a good job. Now head on home. There's someone who wants to see you back at base.
He nods despondently and heads out.
I go locate Murph in the dressing room.
Next time you buy a steak, you should put it on that eye.
When Elliot opens the door to the dressing room, he finds an unconscious man, stripped down to his underwear and tied up, hanging from the ceiling fan.
I wish this was the first time I'd wandered into somebody's room to find something like this. But it's not. I work in the service industry. Do we have a spare set of clothes in that?
We do.
I produce them and slowly untie Murph. I'm gonna guess that you are Murph, yeah?
Elliot unties Murph. Murph falls to the ground, and after pulling himself back up, nods uh, as he massages his sore, bald head. That's me, Murph in the Magic Tones. Uh, you wouldn't believe the night I had.
I
I
can
think we might have
imagine.
a clue.
We dealt with the gentleman who decided to bother you this evening. Your band's waiting over at the Red Room. Um, I pull out a business card and write, put this man under the table on the back of it and hand it to him. You look like you could use a couple of drinks. Hand this to the staff there and they'll sort you out. Don't worry about it.
Murph nods and accepts the clothes that he is offered. I don't even know what this guy wanted. He didn't steal anything but my clothes and my wig.
Tourists, man. They get drunk and do all sorts of crazy shit.
Uh, you're right about that.
It's probably some weird like performance art BS or something.
I think he was just drunk. Anyways, he's gone. I've sorted him out. And he mentioned that you were in here, so I wanted to make sure you're doing all right. We'll call you an Uber and get you over there, since I think Ink Your Boys took your vehicle. You drive here by yourself?
No, we came in the van.
All right, I'll call you up an Uber and get you over to the Red Room. You should be able to rendezvous with your boys there. Sorry about your night, man.
He nods, gratefully accepts the card, and heads out.
I make sure he gets into the Uber and then circle back with the boys. So, that was weird. You ever seen anything like that before, Lucerne?
She shakes her head and says, "No, I've seen hobgoblins messing around in Vegas before, but they usually don't cause this much trouble. There was that incident a few years back where one knocked over the Las Vegas sign, but since then, it's been pretty quiet."
Apparently, our big tree-like friend is involved.
Oh, you mean...
Mr. Rattlebones himself. Apparently, he's been handing out money and making suggestions.
The heck do you want to do that for? Like, doesn't he usually have some sort of grand scheme? We're talking hobgoblin just wandering in and messing with people.
Well, I'm worried that this all has some connection somewhere. I know you guys don't celebrate, but we're currently in autumn, and they usually have to send a message before they show up, and I'm worried it's among these. So, you think you could call around and see if you know anybody who might have seen any other things happening tonight? We've sorted out a few other incidents, but I'm running out of leads. It's short of calling the cops and asking if anything really fucking weird is happening.
I'll do my best. Give me a few minutes. All right, and out of character, gentlemen, I need to take a few moments myself. I will be right back. Please feel free to discuss things amongst yourselves.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you,
So-
Kenzie. You finally did what everyone has always wanted to do. Punch out the drunk idiot who's making karaoke night miserable. I hope that was satisfying.
It was. I hope upending a beer over myself gives me enough of an alibi in case anyone mortal tries to question it.
There, I hope I'm reading too much into this. First one, there was Hobbs throwing eggs. You know the saying, egg on your face? Being
Mm.
embarrassed. Second one, talking about was all about using up our luck, running out of luck. This one, putting people to sleep.
We'll have to throw the autumn court at it once we've seen everything going on. So, I've got these quarters, and we've got them mostly spent. It looks like this guy is gone, and I think the band is willing to accept that this was just some weird tourist doing a thing.
Save some of the quarters for Agatha to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need at least one to show off. So,
And then,
Having a lot of fun with this.
yeah, this is cool.
God, it's a good way to be back. I hope that I've been helping spread the action around. Want to make sure everybody's having fun.
Hmm.
By the way, way to go!
There were so many things I could have done, but that felt like the most appropriate.
Yeah, and it gave me an opportunity to riff off of it too.
Mm-hmm. I do genuinely like the idea of you building up a cat informant network throughout the streets.
You know what? My entitlement does say that I can see any cat in distress within X amount of meters or whatever, so maybe that's how we can find our next hobgoblin.
Yeah, let me. Do I have
Because at this point, I've got a couple sets of contacts I could call in, but I'm not sure that isn't boring. Uh, One of these days.
um? We've already called in my contact. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, looks like we do have a police scanner uh, in the hammer space, by the way.
Huh. Well, we'll make sure it's there after this. But I think the fact none of us recognize it says it wasn't actually in there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff in there. See.
We'll put it there after this session. Uh, Got plenty of reason to do so now.
Yep.
So, here's my thoughts. We see if Lucerne has any ideas. If Lucerne doesn't have any ideas, we check your thing in Kenzie and see if there's a cat being bothered by all of this.
Actually, I have the best idea.
Oh?
We need to figure out which casino they keep the white tigers at.
I don't know what it's called in this, but it was the MGM Grand in real universe. I don't know what the equivalent is.
The Emerald City.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not going to be there.
Damn.
though we have every reason to go bother them. And I think you'd actually get to have a reason you could go meet the Katos, if you liked. Because after all, we're friends with the owner.
I was just thinking it's one of those big draw items that would absolutely draw some hobs, just like the high roller.
We should go check out the high roller, if nothing else. If we've got nothing, why don't we head to the high roller? If nothing's visible from up there, we can probably just start calling everybody. I'll call the fucking cops and see if anybody's heard anything else, or I've got some contacts among the high rollers in the entertainment district. Maybe somebody's seeing something weird. I just am trying not to use the same set of contacts twice a night.
I mean, we could try talking to the mayor people.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
Welcome back.
You
So, what do you want to do next?
So did Lucerne hear anything when they reached down their channels?
When you go up to Lucerne, and see if she found anything, you find her boggling at her social media feed, pointing and laughing.
Oh no. I lean over to take a look.
You're watching a live stream of the High Roller Wheel.
Of course it's the fucking high roller.
Called it.
yeah.
The wheel is moving much, much faster than you would expect it to.
Oh,
And
no.
this seems to be thanks to a rather large man giggling to himself as, looking past the mask, the ogre in question is spinning it by hand.
Do you have a mirror around there?
Oh no, Kenny, do I?
Give me a chance die roll, please.
I believe you went around and touched all your art pieces.
I did. I did.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to need that roll. Let's just say yes.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom. You guys coming?
Lucerne, you want to join us?
I think I'm just going to watch from here, she says.
Give us a call if you hear anything, alright?
No problem.
Out of character. What's Lucerne's ghost's name again? Gus?
Gus.
Alright. Tell Gus I say hi.
She nods over at a blank spot in the corner and says, "He says hi back."
I wave to the blank spot and head for the bathroom.
Yep. All right. So yeah, I'm going to use mirror walk. All right, where is the details on that?
Sorry we keep dropping your car random places. I promise you I'll get you an Uber back. But this seems like one of those things that can't wait 20 minutes to drive back into town.
Okay. Is this? Let's see here. Where is it?
Thank you,
Okay.
Rose. Hydrate, everyone.
Oh,
Hydrate! Hydrate comes in a little glass vial.
So does this count as a using the contract to subvert subvert something from the True Fae or from Fairy?
Sure, makes sense to me.
All right, so just the word that. Boom. It has been a while. So,
So, what do we do when we get there, guys? I was ready for a lot of things, but not big scary monkey.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So that is going to be wits plus survival, which is going to be a dice pool of 9.
For your mirror walk?
Yeah. 4 successes. Not quite as exceptional.
You're muted.
Well, it still gets you there in time. My headset chose that very moment to decide it needed to restart.
Of course.
That being said, you arrive on the scene about a mile or so south of the Royal Flush. You see the giant Ferris wheel looming above the area. Most people are gone. The Ferris wheel is going increasingly fast.
I take it there's a lot of people on it.
Judging by the screams, there is a large ogre who is grabbing it and spinning it faster and faster by hand as it goes. He's roughly about 20 feet tall and smiling like a small child as he watches it spin faster and faster. The bearings of the wheel screaming metallically as it spins out of control.
Do we have trank darts?
You are muted.
Let me check. Sundown.
Kinsey, you are muted.
Yeah. I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay.
It was Tibbs who was responding without sound, and he fixed it. All right, so
Okay, so we don't have trank darts, but Kinsey, would you like to do something funny?
A whole base?
We have itching powder.
think you got a stealth roll? All we needed him to do is to stop for a minute, and we can probably deal with him. Kenzie, your mission, should you choose to accept it. Perform a 1950s era prank on a giant man.
Excellent. Kenny, I'd like to cast Cloak of Night. And I would like to transubstantiate into Shadow.
All right. I don't believe that requires a roll.
It does not. I shadow my way up his body to where I'm assuming is the plumber's crack.
Kinsey approaches the ogre invisibly, melding with the shadows. She hears the ogre chuckling to himself. Fast, fast. You go fast, little homie. You is so welcome. I hear you thank me. To you too.
Okay, first of all, I love this ogre. Second of all, he's getting a drawer full of itching powder into his drawers.
All right.
He's getting a job after this.
That's going to be dexterity plus stealth, please. Since you're actually on him, and I'm sure he could feel what you're doing, I'm going to give you a -5 penalty.
Could I suggest a -3 because he is very distracted right now?
Okay, I'll cut you some slack. -3.
Could I argue that this would be subterfuge?
Sure.
Excellent. I'm wearing couture. One success.
Quite a lot of itching powder is put down the back of the ogre's pants. For a moment or two, he continues to spin the high roller faster and faster. Homie, love it go fast. I wish I go on fast too. Wee, homie, ha 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 ha. And then suddenly his eyes widen. He stops spinning the wheel and reaches back towards the back of his pants. This would be a good time to leave the ogre, Kenzie.
Ah, yes. Kenzie jumps onto the stabilization bars for the high roller. They're not spinning, but the ones that hold it to the ground.
The ogre's chuckles of glee turn into howls of pain as he goes for the back of his pants with both hands. The high roller, over the course of several minutes, spins to a stop. Several people get off. Some take a brief moment to vomit before running away, while the others run immediately. Eventually, the wheel empties itself.
I yell at the ogre.
The ogre looks up. He has long since given up scratching and is now rolling on the ground on his back. He looks up and notices Kinsey for the first time, sitting up straight. Oh. Hello, Shadow Lady. How can I help?
Is not human for enjoyment.
Shadow Lady.
Is a bad noise.
Oh. Not good?
Not good. Did the wooden man tell you to do this?
Woody tell Grum to go play with big roulette wheel. Give Grum prize for winner.
Do you like prizes, Grom?
Grum nods. Grum love prize.
You know what I'll give you prizes for?
Spin?
Bringing me the most matchsticks from the wooden man.
That's gonna be manipulation plus
Socialized criminal?
I think this would be a subterfuge.
Can I have gotten climbed up here? It sounds like it's been a minute or two.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, can I help?
I would love that.
All right, manipulation plus subterfuge, apparently.
Yes.
If there's anything I'm good at, it's bullshit. Yes!
Yes.
Grum stares at you in incomprehension for a few moments before nodding. Oh, sticks. You think he'd give me sticks?
I think
I'm
you.
not sure.
I think if you took them from him, you could have all the ones you wanted. He's made out of them, after all.
His eyes open wide in comprehension. Woody, full of stick.
Yes!
Woody must share. What is prize?
Big prize. You'll be amazed.
You'll
Uh,
get,
Grum,
you'll
Actually,
get if you get a lot of them, you'll you get to spend the day on my ranch petting the cows.
Grum love pet cow.
And if you do a really good job of taking care of them, I might actually bring you on it as a farmhand, and you can work with them every day.
Cow so small and cute. They love fly up in air. Wee!
we'll talk about it when you get back. But first, let's go get those matchsticks, huh? Let's go get those matchsticks.
Grum nods in excitement. No need, Woody, prize. Prize terrible. He tosses a piece of paper on the ground. It is only paper. Cover and squiggle. Grum not like squiggle.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
a
bad
terrible
prize.
prize.
I'm gonna go throw that prize away. You go get a better prize.
Grum go get many stick.
Go make him
The,
share.
the ogre lumbers off.
I take the paperwork and read some squiggles, I assume.
Rattlebones has surprisingly ornate handwriting. Greetings. My father is loathes autumn, and I've been learning to loathe it as well. Hopefully, by the time you have had a conversation with my friend Grum, uh, this warning will have reached you far too late. You may have tipped off the hunter before, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. And there's more than one way to make a man holy. See you in church.
Hey guys, we've got an hour left of time. I think we've got enough time for whatever this is. Let's get moving. I whisper to the air, Oliver Oakhart. Using the contract, Relentless Pursuit, spending 2 glamour. There are no dice rolls, and I just know where he is. I do not have any pieces left of him because I keep spending them on things.
The contract immediately picks up on a location several miles to the northeast.
Miles is a hard word.
Are you able to pinpoint it?
I could probably pinpoint it in the time it takes for us to get whatever ride we can. Um, I'm going to say something real stupid here. I'm pretty sure if I asked who in this town has a chopper, it's probably Will. You good enough friends with the Winter King to maybe get us the fastest mode of transportation that exists, knowing that it's going to be to stop Rattlebones from doing something?
I open up my cell phone to call Will.
I'm gonna see if I can glean anything more off the note.
Did one of you grab no, that was Lex, and Lex is busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip out my map app and see if our investigator Prime can figure out where I'm pointing at. With the hint we've been given. Mind if I assist you with an investigation roll?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright. I think that's a standard wits plus investigation.
Yep.
So here's 6 dice for you.
You don't say. Okay. Hold on a sec. Sorry. All right. It's 10, 20, 26, 9 again, rope. Okay. Spending a willpower on this to make this a rote action. So I have 5 from wits, 5 from investigation, 5 from bottom court. So we're at
15.
15. Then
6 more from me.
6 more from me. Okay, so sorry, that's 21. And get this. And that is one of the things that I have professional training in. So I'm
9
sorry, I don't.
again.
It
9
is
again
9 again?
and wrote. 9 again
9.
and wrote.
Okay.
If you're spending the willpower.
And
So
I
there's-
am.
You just want the biggest numbers you can get, huh?
Relatable.
Relatable.
Kid ain't fucking around.
Fair enough.
18 successes.
That is too many dice.
Wow.
$18 successes is a lot of successes, yes.
So, do you think we figured out where he is?
With the help of a map app, basic math, and a few minutes of walking around in various directions, you're able to nail down a location on the map. A small historic Roman Catholic church called St. Joan of Arc.
How far out is that?
The church is actually just off the strip. Of course, the church was here long before there was a strip. It's near all of the Clark County municipal buildings. Just a little far, just a round the block from Las Vegas City Hall.
Okay. So I'm probably familiar with this from before I got taken.
Yeah, the church was established in 1905,
So you might have been.
right around the time that the Union Pacific Railroad was coming in.
Okay.
I forget, are you Catholic?
Yeah.
You might have been.
Are you Catholic or Catholic?
No, that's the Catholic. So, how's your phone call going?
I call Will and ask him to get Leo on the line as well, and let them know where we've pinpointed the location of and what's going on.
Will listens. Dead silent. When you tell him that you where Rattlebones is, he only has 3 words to say. Are you sure?
We used relentless pursuit, and we got his note off of an ogre who was spinning the high roller at extreme speed.
He sighs and replies with, whatever it takes. Within a few moments, a helicopter has appeared nearby. A small one, but one that can easily lift the 3 of you to where you need to go.
We climb in. Ain't no time for fucking about. So, just the pilot in here?
Just the pilot and the 3 of you.
Okay.
6 miles in a helicopter is pretty quick. That being said, can someone give me a chance die roll, please?
Not me.
After you've had the luckiest night of your life, here I am.
With the sacred right, the sacred right of not it.
In this game, it's the only way. And hey, I did it! I did it!
Yeah, you were the right choice, see?
Fuck, dude.
So, the 3 of you make it to the church. In a helicopter, 6 miles is about 6 minutes, whereas it would have been a 20-minute drive. You touch down, and 2 things immediately catch your eye. One, the front door of the church is wide open. 2, it appears that the ogre has beaten you here and was, in the time period, beaten unconscious. You can still see him breathing, but he is very clearly not awake. Yes?
This might be a redundant question here. Is my danger sense going off?
Strangely enough, it isn't.
Is my common sense going off?
The only thing that you can think of is that whatever's going on in there, it must be very, very quiet.
All right. We go in. I had a whole flight to get here, so the following things are true. I'm just going to make the rolls for them real fucking fast to not slow things down. I've taken a quick moment to see what's about to happen to you for the worst bit of violence you're about to uncover, and I've taken a bit for the next big decision you're going to have to make. So the giant one and the normal one for portents and visions. Pulling that up right now.
Which one is getting? Which of us is getting which?
Kenzie is getting the giant one because they're going to use it, and you're getting future.
Okay.
So you will have the informed condition for whatever is going on next.
Okay.
Anyways,
You have a brief vision of Kenzie getting driven into the ground by an angry ogre.
this ogre?
You would think so.
Okay. And I'm going to roll for the real quick. Sorry, I've got manipulation plus occult plus weird. Okay. So that was Kenzie, and here's Kit. Congratulations, I succeeded on both of them. Kit, what is happening in the future? Exact word.
You see a vision of Kit hunched over a bathroom sink staring into a mirror.
Huh. Huh. So that's the most important event, promise, or deal coming up for the target in the next few days. Good luck with that. And I'm drawing my bow, taking the reckless tilt, and activating it.
All right. Within, the church is fairly immaculate, or you imagine it was. The walls are brick halfway up and wooden the rest of the way, with well-kept wooden beams in the ceiling and immaculately shiny pews. But you can immediately see from looking around the area that several things appear to be missing. It seems like every pew should have a songbook, but only about a third of them seem to. Likewise, the altar where the priest gives the sermon is gone, and there is a disturbing lack of baptismal font.
So where's my little arrow pointing me?
Off a small hallway in the back.
I think he's trying to make a new priest, guys.
As you head for that hallway, the location changes abruptly to one in the hedge.
Well, there's going to be a hedge gate this direction. I keep going the way that the arrow was pointing.
It takes you to the bathroom. The mirror has been recently opened as a gate.
Congratulations on your informed condition.
Alright.
This is just normal hedge gate stuff, so...
Yeah. So it's not like to like he used the mirror walk or anything like that. It's just normal hedge gate.
That appears to have been the case.
We follow him through. I'll spend the glamour.
I mean,
All right. Do you guys want to chase Rattlebones into the hedge?
I think we have to.
Hey, while I'm getting this door open, you want to turn on your fucking chasing package?
Yeah. All right. So that is going to be Fake Cunning, 7 League Leap, Talon and Wing, and my was it Kith Blessing. So 7 League Leap is hold on. Let me double check on the phrasing on 7 League Leap.
I think you want to wait until you've started with that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to open a gate to the hedge and go inside.
You find yourself standing along a trod. In the distance, you can hear what sounds like a horses drawing a wagon.
That sounds pretty difficult. I don't know many good horse artists. How would they even hold the pencils? There is
So-
no way I'm going to catch up to horseback on foot. But I'm not the one who needs to do this, am I?
And you aren't necessarily on foot. You do have a Fey mount.
I do. I open up my duffel bag the normal way, producing an e-scooter.
Kenzie, you do not have a Fey mount, and you are not getting your car through the bathroom mirror. What do you want to do?
You guys need me?
I mean, in general, but I take it you have a different idea?
Well, I could stay here and get Grom into the hedge.
I don't think he wants to play anymore, but up to you.
Now I'll go through.
You can get on the back of the scooter with me. You can carry two.
Yeah, I'll jump on them.
Or you could ride my hawk if you like too. I'm not going to be actively riding it. Whichever you prefer.
Let's keep me with Elliot in case he gets into trouble.
Yeah, we know what happened last time he rode his scooter in the hedge.
Yeah, well, come on, Marengo, let's get going. And he earned a name last time. It's Marengo. Marengo the e-scooter.
All right. So, if you guys want to chase after Rattlebones, then away it goes. Kit. I believe part of your Kith blessing gives you the edge in a chase.
Yes. So I'm going to do a
Just
So-
don't make it survival. We know he's good at that.
yeah. Let's do. Do I get any bonuses for the amount of speed that I have?
Let's call it a +3.
+3? Okay. All right. So let's do a. I think here, because I need something that the others are good at as well. Yes.
How's your athletics?
decent.
I think we're all decent at athletics.
How's your guys' wits?
My wits is pretty good.
Got a 5.
Okay, yeah. So let's do a versus wits. Yeah, let's do wits plus athletics,
All right.
and I have a specialty in running, which I think this counts.
Am I allowed to assist my Fey Mount, or can I just have him roll for me because I'm not running?
I think you need to. I think you need to have him roll for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I roll?
Oh, well, I forgot to add 3 to that.
It would be the eagle. I mean, the hawk rolling, and the
That's
you
gonna be
chose
7.
wits plus athletics.
Yes.
It's gonna be 7. Because it'll be the same as mine. Exceptional success.
All right. Whoever hits 10 first wins.
Well, I'm at 8.
Fuck, dude.
All right, let's go down here.
Maybe I should have just assisted you. Fuck, dude.
So Kit's at 8. So you rolled for. Can I ask real quick, what was the separate roll for a 3 dice for?
I forgot to add the bonus for my speed.
Ah. Okay. And let's see. Did you roll for your mount that was carrying Kinsey?
Kinsey was saying with Elliot.
Oh yeah, fair enough. All right. So in this case, it looks like you would still have the edge because you rolled the highest.
Okay. So,
We forgot to do a consequence this time, but that happens. So,
Okay.
set a new roll and a new consequence.
yeah, let's do this the same roll, and the consequence will be. Can I inflict the lost condition?
The consequences are, let's see. Choose from among the following on page 196. Lose 1 accumulated success from your total, suffer 2 points of bashing damage or 1 point of lethal, or suffer an appropriate tilt.
What about leg rack?
Exhausted. That seems pretty appropriate.
Yeah, we're just outrunning a horse here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, set your. What pool do you want to use? Same pool or a different one?
Same pool.
All right. Make your rolls.
4 successes.
2 successes.
I believe that puts Kit to 12, right?
Yep. But potentially also the winner.
Yep. And Rattlebones has lost very badly at this. So, running through the trod on the hedge, Kit can hear the sound of hooves rapidly approaching. Soon he catches up with Rattlebones. He's driving a carriage pulled by 2 green horses covered in thorns. He looks over from his perch atop the carriage and gives you a smile. Well, I see that the 3 of you did, in fact, make it in time. I suppose you didn't play Grum's game properly.
Unfortunately, real life games don't play out how you expect, huh?
May I make a suggestion, Tibboleth?
Hmm. What's that?
Shh. The horses are linked to the stagecoach, yeah?
Hmm?
Shoot the ring interlinking them. The they'll be tied back to a big old ring that'll tie them to this. If you break that, the stagecoach will stop, and all the stuff he stole is probably in the stagecoach. He'll come to a stop, and we can catch up.
Okay, so this is an old timey stagecoach. Yeah, let me. Oh, okay. No, I don't even have to be that precise. I'm gonna shoot the. I'm gonna take my shotgun and shoot the uh, undercarriage bar thing. So when you're looking at a stagecoach, there's like it's up on like suspension, and then there's like an H-shaped bar for the wheels, that long one that connects the
So
front to
basically,
the
the
back.
axle.
Yeah, what would be the axle? Yeah, with my shotgun.
All right. And Elliot and Kinsey are rapidly approaching as well. So, considering we're talking about shooting a small part of a moving carriage from on foot, I'm going to impose a -4 here.
Okay. That's the wrong chance. Okay. Can I negate the bonus damage or can I use the bonus damage to negate the penalty? I believe
As
that's
per your marksman merit,
yes.
that makes sense.
Okay. You said it was a -4?
4.
Okay. Dex plus firearms, it's 9. With that again. And actually, let me double check the damage rating on that so I don't over. Sorry. Many screens. Okay, so that's good. So I can negate 3 out of the 4.
Okay.
With that again. 3 successes. So 3 damage to the undercarriage.
I think that would be enough to break it. So that breaks the part linking the horses to the carriage. The carriage detaches and the horses run off down the trot. At this point, Kinsey and Elliot have caught up. Rattlebone sighs. I'm afraid I have need of these. Ever since you had your conversation with the Grim Hunter, he is very on guard.
Because I could not stop for Dick, he kindly stopped for me. Hi there, buddy.
Rattlebones raises an eyebrow as he pulls a silver filigreed crossbow from his robes. Are you sure you want to do this over a handful of garbage I stole from a church?
Honestly, I don't need any reason to want to hurt you.
He sighs. So be it. Everyone roll for initiative, please.
All right, so let's see who's going after Kit.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, I got a munchkin yelling at me. Give me a sec.
Aw, Krugaboog.
Yeah, he was being a very loud little
So
guy.
I'm going as slow as I possibly can. I must be out of breath.
All right, Kit, Kinsey, Rattlebones, and Elliot in that order.
Okay. So he's got a bunch of just like
He's got a crossbow.
okay, he's got a crossbow, but like in the cart itself, it's just a bunch of religious items, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what you've gathered, yes. You
Are
can't
are
see into it.
are there any like are they in boxes and stuff like that?
I said you can't see into it.
We'd have to get the door open.
Okay. Okay. I This is going to be a interesting move here. What I would like to do is open the door, open the gate, or the way to uh, the hammer space, and see if I can tilt the cart so some of the stuff goes sliding into the hammer space.
Do you think you're strong enough to do that?
I can try.
All right. I'm going to say that is going to be a strength plus brawl roll for literally tilting a cart on its side.
Can I argue strength plus athletics?
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Considering the size of the object, I'm going to impose a -3 penalty.
Okay. Heaven or hell, let's rock.
I'm afraid I cannot help you.
All right. Kit tilts the cart on its side after having opened a hedge gate to one of his hollows. With the cart tilted on its side, the cargo within slides its way into the hollow and out of the carriage.
I closed the connection. Look at the other two. Like, okay, mission accomplished. Let's go.
Aw, but we just got here.
It's up to you.
Right, do you guys want to continue, or do you want to break off as Kit mentioned?
We should probably go.
Jeff, what do you think?
I mean, I'm always up for doing violence to this terrible man, but I would not be the one having to do it. And if neither of you actually want to do that job, like, I will follow you out. I'm still on my ride.
I think it's funny just to show up long enough to jack all of his stuff back and then leave.
if that's what you want to do, I'm following you. I sure as shit can't do this one on my own.
Okay, so the motley breaks off. Rattlebones jumps from the top of his carriage, cursing, and disappears.
Deuces!
So, since the fight isn't happening, I suppose this is a good place to close off for the night. Congratulations, everybody. So, let's go around the table and do our aspirations.
I can't believe we did that. We just showed up and gave him a wedgie and ran off. He's gonna be pissed.
All right, I'll go first.
Alrighty.
I think I took a step towards speedrunning Goldeneye.
Sure, yes.
I definitely stepped and cleared catch and release.
Yep.
And I made a new friend.
Yeah, that's true.
That's me.
Dibs?
Alright. So, I don't think I made any progress towards hunting the hunter.
What are you talking about? What did we do this evening?
Alright. Let's see here. Like that. Then, definitely made a step towards being a party pooper. Yeah, spoiling all the fun tonight. And let's see here. My last aspiration is pulling myself together. So, yeah, I can't say I made any progress towards that one tonight.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what would have
Icons.
counted. So
Yeah, it's tracking down my icons and stuff.
point taken. Yeah.
So 2 beats for me.
Make use of my authority. I called in my authority as a noble to make things easy for Mimsatch to join and get him the best welcome he could. Speaking of which, I know Mimsatch was the name of him without memories. Is that his actual name?
No. I will give him one. He was not ever intended to last long enough to have one.
Woo! Always glad to upset the apple cart. Build connections. I, over the course of the last month, have made so many connections. Oh my god. Call in a favor. This entire evening?
Yeah.
Restore the last of Mimsatch, stop and clear.
Yep.
And achieve the old dream. I've got the bar up and running. I've got a certain amount of authority and money. I'm in a good position to start building towards getting my rooftop bar on a casino. The one that's good enough to justify the 5 dots and resources thing I keep talking about. So I think I got some progress towards that as well. So, yeah.
All right. So that's everybody then.
Yay.
Well, before we head out, I thank you all again for showing up. We've been at it for 25 sessions now, and this being the last season for Viva Las Vegas, it means a lot that people keep coming back. Just a little heads up, the last Friday of every month is Onyx Path Game Night. We've already had that last Friday this month because that is the 25th, but remember that when it comes around on September for the 29th. Thanks again for spending time with us, guys. And I hope everyone has a good night or good day depending where on where you're at.
All right.
Bye.